All right, of course, this comes on today, June 14th, otherwise known as Flag Day, but also Donald Trump's birthday. As you know, yesterday he was on Capitol Hill and off Capitol Hill, meeting with House Republicans and Senate Republicans, talking about shared priorities. You also know that he made some news. He endorsed former Maryland Governor Larry Hogan in his Senate bid there in Maryland. The Hogan camp said they're still not voting for Trump. So that was an interesting storyline yesterday as the Senate meeting really was about trying to take back the Senate majority. All right, so it looks like the program is getting started. You heard Lee Greenwood's iconic song there. So let's keep listening.
Say, dear you, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, President Trump. Happy birthday to you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Wow, this is a nice crowd. Got a lot of people outside, but I think we're going to have to keep it that way. Thank you. Well, I just want to wish a very big hello to Club 47, which used to be Club 45. Now it's 47. It did very well as 45. It's going to do even better as 47. There's nowhere else I'd rather be on my birthday. It's Flag Day, my birthday, than right here with thousands of proud American patriots from the great state of Florida. Let me begin by saying to everyone all across South Florida who were affected by the recent flooding, our prayers are with you. That was rain like few people have seen. Floridians are tough, and we will pull through it and quickly. And I just want to wish you all the best. We love you. God be with you. They had some tough times last few days. Thank you. I also want to thank Larry Snowden. And I'll tell you what, you just saw him. He's a great speaker. He's not a singer, but he's a good speaker. Not a great singer. He's not Pavarotti. Do we agree? But he's a good man. Sue Snowden and Linda Stock for their outstanding work. Incredible people. Along with Senator Marco Rubio, thank you very much, Mr. Senator. Thank you. Thank you very much, Marco. Great job. And we have some members of Congress here. They're warriors. Corey Mills. Corey, thank you, Corey. These are great people. Mike Waltz. Thank you, Mike. Dr. Ronnie Jackson, he was my doctor in the White House. He said I was the most healthy person he's ever seen. Thank you very much, Dr. Ronnie. He was a great doctor, a great admiral. Now he's a great congressman. Nancy Mace. Nancy, thank you. She won a big race. She just won a big race by a lot. Brian Mast, a very good friend of mine. Phenomenal guy. More courage than all of us. And Gus Bilirakis. Gus, thank you very much. They've been so fantastic. That whole Florida delegation. State representatives also here. Webster, Barnaby, Webster, thank you for the big prayer. Webster gave a beautiful prayer. And Rick Roth. And we have Ambassador David Friedman here, everyone. He loves Israel. David, thank you, David. And former ICE acting director, and he's not acting in my book, he's just the director, he's the boss. There's nobody that knows more about the border than Tom Homan. Tom Homan. Where's Tom? What a great guy he is. He'll have the border. It'll take him about 2 minutes to fix it. It's the worst border in history. Florida CFO Jimmy Petronas. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you, Jimmy. In Florida, GOP Chair Evan Power. Evan, good job you're doing, Evan. We appreciate it. Countless members of the Palm Beach Trump campaign. They're all here. We have a woman that nobody's ever heard of, but she works very hard, Kellyanne Conway. Nobody's heard of Kellyanne. Thank you, Kellyanne. Thank you, honey, for everything. And we have World War II veteran and former B-17 ball turret gunner. You know what that is? That was dangerous stuff. Charles Phillips, who I just met. He's incredible. He's 101. He looks better than me. And he looks a hell of a lot better than Biden, I can tell you that. And he's got more guts. And my sister, Elizabeth. Where is Elizabeth? Right there, my beautiful sister. She's a great sister, too. Great one. Thank you, Jim. Thank you very much. And all of you, thank you very much. With the help of everyone here tonight, we're going to win this state in November. We're going to evict crooked Joe Biden from the White House. We're going to put America first, and we are going to, quite simply, make America great again. Less than 4 years ago, our border was secure. Inflation was nowhere to be seen. We had it down to a science. The world was at peace. And instead of weakness and failure, America was stronger and more respected than ever before. It was never so respected as it was for 4 years, just 4 years ago. Now, under crooked Joe Biden, the world is in flames. We have a country that's being laughed at all over the world. Our border is overrun. Inflation is raging. Europe is in chaos. The Middle East is exploding. Iran is totally emboldened. They were broke when I was president. China is on the march. And the worst, most incompetent, most corrupt president in history is dragging us toward World War III. Under crooked Joe Biden, illegal aliens are better off. Terrorists are better off. China is better off. Russia is better off. The cartels are better off. But the American people were far better off when you had a president named Donald J. Trump. Has anyone heard of him? Has anyone heard of him? Under my leadership, we had no wars. Instead of a globalist warmonger in the White House, you had a peacemaker at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. We had energy independence and soon would have been energy dominant. We were dominant all over the world within a matter of months. We were going to be energy dominant, but we went to #1 in the world under Trump. I gave you record tax cuts, record inflation was knocked out. We had inflation like you've never had it, and now we have more inflation than probably, you know, they like to say 52, and then 62, and then 75 years. I think it's the highest inflation we've ever had as a country. It's a country buster. But we have regulation that nobody has ever cut regulations to the extent that I did. We had rising wages, and we lifted up all Americans, black, brown, white, and everything else. They were all lifted up. Everybody had jobs. Everybody was doing well. Women, men, everybody was doing well. If you had a diploma, if you didn't have a diploma, if you graduated #1 at MIT, if you didn't graduate at all, every single group was doing better than ever before. We stood up to China like nothing, like nobody has ever done. Everybody was being taken advantage of by China, to put it mildly, bringing in hundreds of billions of dollars when no other president had literally gotten 10 cents from China. We brought in hundreds of billions of dollars from China. We created Space Force. We rebuilt our military. We had it totally rebuilt. We obliterated, but we did something that everybody said you couldn't do it or it would take years. We quickly obliterated the ISIS caliphate, and we kept radical Islamic terrorists and jihadists the hell out of our country. We kept them out. They weren't here. I never used to like to talk about it. I didn't want to say while I was president, but I kept going and going. We never had an attack when I was president. We never had an attack because we kept them out. We had the strongest border in the history of our country. Now we have the weakest border in the history of the world. Very simple. It's not good. What's happening in our country is not good. The fact is our country is going to hell. and we're going to stop it. We're going to stop it fast. But now, instead of keeping out terrorists, Joe Biden has allowed thousands and thousands of terrorists to pour in. For years, I've been warning that Crooked Joe is letting the world's sickest, most vile criminals infiltrate our southern border, and now everybody agrees that I was right. They're coming out of prisons and jails, mental institutions, and insane asylums. They're coming from countries all over the world, not just South America, but Venezuela. The violent crime is down 72% because they've taken their criminals out of Caracas and all of the different places, and they've moved them into the United States of America. Thank you very much, Venezuela. We appreciate it. Think of it. They're emptying out their countries all over the world of prisoners, of criminals, of drug dealers, and they're dropping them into our country. And we have a president who has no clue what the hell is going on. Just look at him yesterday, look at him the day before. In Europe, he doesn't know where the hell he is. Our country has never been in danger like it's in danger right now. Just this week, ICE has arrested not one, not two, but 8 suspected terrorists at the highest level of terrorism. We had a year, one of our years, I don't even believe it, it's too good to be true, but we had a year where they actually have down 0 terrorists came in. If you look at 2019, that was a Trump year, 0 terrorists came in, 0. I don't know if I even believe that, but it was certainly a nice report that was given out by the fake news, but maybe it wasn't fake. But I will tell you, that was the best stat that anybody had heard to that point. Now, hundreds and hundreds and even thousands of terrorists are pouring into our country. We're going to be paying a big price. We've got to do this. This is the most important election that our country has ever had, because we're a failing nation, and we're not going to be a failing nation for long. We can't allow it to happen. According to reports, many of the terrorist savages entering through Joe Biden's open border. Can you ever imagine an open border where people are pouring in by the hundreds of thousands and by the millions? An open border. Crooked Joe Biden released these terrorists and all of these people into the United States, totally unchecked, totally unvetted. We have no idea who they are, where they come from. They're pouring into our country like never before. It's crazy. So he set them loose to spread their terror network all across America, and he probably doesn't even know it because he doesn't know where the hell he is. You know that, and I know that. I looked at the fake news today, and they were saying what a wonderful job he's doing in Europe. The guy is lost. Every time he does something, all he has to do is complete it, sort of. And the fake news, CNN, MSDNC, CBS, ABC, NBC, they go out. No, they're fake. There they are. Look at how many. That's a lot. That's a lot of fake news back there. Wow. It's a lot. They should be ashamed of themselves. They're hurting our country badly. They're hurting our country badly. Biden gets up, makes the worst State of the Union speech anyone's ever seen, and every one of them said, wasn't he wonderful tonight? Wasn't he wonderful? So in addition to all of his other well-documented offenses, Crooked Joe Biden is now also guilty of providing material support for terrorism. Under Biden, there's been a 3,000% increase in the number of people on the terror watch list crossing into our country from the southern border. 3,000%, and that comes from the Border Patrol. Our country is going to pay a steep price for many, many years. This is a terrible thing that's happened. Now, here's the story. We have time tonight, right? This is only if you want it. Only if you want it. But by any chance, has anybody ever heard of the snake? The snake.
All right, Andrew Kraft back here. We're going to take our first commercial break of the hour. Former President Donald Trump in kind of a self-styled campaign rally there, even on the occasion of his 78th birthday, going after his enemies, going after his opponents, like you've heard him countless times doing that today as well. Let's take a quick commercial break.